Aloha. Today's YouTube episode is going to be on critical incident stress and critical incident stress management. So, as you know, with what's going on Maui and just in the daily life of a first responder, I think departments in the state and nationwide have done a really good job with implementing critical incident stress management. Oh, sorry. I'm in Hilo Bay and on the water, and our airplanes take their landing path right over my head. So sorry if there's a plane overhead every once in a while, but I wanted to bring up an important topic with regard to what's going on with our first responders. They're probably not getting the rest and recovery that they need. And you know, as a first responder, your profession requires you to be highly trained, and you take on that role with dignity and responsibility. Our stress tolerance is naturally much higher, and we're able to deal with and cope with a lot more, right? We get onto an incident or a critical call, and the training immediately kicks in. All we're concerned about is falling back on our training and doing the best job that we can for the best possible outcomes, and then the process for the stressors that came along with that call come a little bit later down the line, and can build up over time, right? And so super important that critical incident stress management is awareness is available, and the help is out there. Our mental health is just as important as our physical and just occupational health. And so, you know, we tend to kind of contain these emotions. You know, the job can be extremely satisfying, where we go in, we're able to do the job well, and that feels really good. But it can also be very emotionally draining, and especially when the stress levels are extra high on certain calls. And you know, the Maui incident right now going on, it pretty much checks off all the boxes that you'd need to consider it a way stressful situation. It's a mass casualty. There's tons of death, destruction, just so much. It pretty much checks off every single box that would indicate an incident is very high stress and very likely to cause, when you deal with something like this, we don't need literature to tell us how bad and how stressful this call actually is, or this incident actually is. And so, there's different responses, and kind of a good example is where your awareness is important, right? You're able to talk about it with others who can relate to the stress involved in an incident like this. You can you can seek help from your family, because your family understands it. For me personally, when I come home, sometimes my family has questions, and there are certain times when I'm not ready to talk about it. It's not the right time for me. And so they understand that, and we've kind of developed an understanding on when they can hear the exciting things about different things that happened on my shift. And so sometimes when I get home, that's not the best time for me. And so you kind of feel that out with your family, and that's important. Friends, co-workers, talking about and not burying or hiding emotions is very important. But along with with that, you can also deal. So these things I'm kind of mentioning are more self-coping kind of things. You can involve yourself in physical activity. Make sure that you stick to your exercise regimen. Don't lock yourself in the room in boredom, and then you start going down the wrong path with management. You want to exercise, you want to stay active, get out. You want to just make sure that you get into a routine, especially in the days following the incident, and all those things help. Use your environment, use your hobbies, use what you love to do. I love to play music. I love to go diving. The ocean right here. I'll show you guys the ocean right now. The ocean is a big part of Hawaii, right? This is Hilo Bay, and so get out in the ocean, go surfing. You can go surfing. You can go, just getting in the water in general relieves a lot of stress, and maybe download some therapeutical music, practice yoga. There's a lot of different things that you can do to self-manage. On the other hand, there's professional help, and so in our department here, we have a critical incident stress management team, and it's very well organized, and all of our members know that we have them here for us. They're available, and it's super important for everyone on Maui that has family or friends that are first responders working tirelessly. They're not getting the rest that they should have, and they probably don't want it right now. But when things start to settle down and they have time mentally to cope with everything that's going on, I think that's when it's going to be super important for them to know that there's help, and not necessarily to say that they need to reach out when they feel like there's the red flag triggers. They're responding with these red flag triggers that, and by then it's kind of where it's in the later stages, and we should have meetings. So we have what's called a diffusion, and which happens very soon after the incident. There's actually 2 get-togethers that we do, and it's with a team, a trained team of members that help us go through the process and help us to kind of process properly, where we're not holding all these rocks in our backpack, right? Over the time, we use that in fire service, where you have these stressful calls, and it's like adding a rock into your backpack, right? Well, stress management and these diffusions and diffusings allow us to take those rocks out and unload our backpack over the course of the career. It not only promotes health during your career, but it also promotes mental health after your career is over. And so that's super important. So like I said, everything in Maui is pretty much checking off all the boxes. I'll just read real quick what causes critical incident stress. And so research indicates certain situations are more likely to cause critical incident stress with professionals. These include death or serious injury of a coworker, death of a child, death of a patient or victim after a lengthy rescue, suicide of a coworker, mass casualty, situations in which your life is in danger, unreasonable expectations of being able to confront any situation without being affected, past experiences that have not been adequately handled, and events with sensational media coverage. So, as you can tell, I mean, the Maui fire incident pretty much checks off all those boxes, and from experience, I know every single one of those responders on scene are not thinking about stress management right now. They're thinking about putting their best foot forward and doing the best job that they can while they're engaged with the incident. And so I just want to make this video as an awareness tool for family members, all you family members out there, all the administrations of the teams that are currently on the ground. Don't forget about critical incident stress management and making it known for the first responders who are there, because it's going to be important. There's a lot of, it's a mass casualty incident, and so I really hope, for my part, I have a few phone numbers. Hawaii County Fire Department has really done a good job with establishing assistance and information on, how we can reach out. And so, along with the captains or the incident commanders on duty with our any stressful calls that we have, and the initial and secondary meetings that we set up with an actual trained critical incident stress management team, we have phone numbers that are available, and I'll read those phone numbers out. So for a Safe Call Now hotline, the number is 206-459-3020, and that's a Safe Call Now hotline. 206-459-3020. There's a crisis line number, and that's 1-800-753-6879. 1-800-753-6879 for crisis line number. There's a EAP number, and that number is 877-597-8222. So 877-597-8222. There's also a crisis line text that you can use, and that is 741-741. So crisis line text 741-741. The numbers after that are specific to our department, and so I'm sure Maui, Honolulu, and any department across the country has their own specific contacts with their CISM team coordinators, committees, and actual members that are certified and trained team members that you can reach out to. But yeah, you can take a quick walk. Thank you for listening in. I'm sorry if that got a little lengthy, but I feel like it's important. So just to recap my message today, there's a lot going on with the fire in Maui, and a lot of the support comes in for victims, family members, and business owners, property owners, and justifiably so. Like I've said before, family members, there's no greater loss than loss of a loved one in an accident or an incident like this. But hey, let's not forget about the first responders out there working hard, tirelessly, without rest, without the proper recovery time. Their recovery time is probably 2 hours, and I'm good. I'm ready to get out. Hey, Cap, let me get back out on the scene. I'm good. I had 2 to 3 hours rest. I'm good. I want to get back out. I want to do my thing. I got to be there for my brothers and sisters. But a lot of times, the recovery mentally doesn't come till a month later, 2 months later down the road, when all those rocks in their backpacks start building up, and it's still there. And so critical incident stress management is important. I encourage the state, all levels, county, state, federal, make crisis lines and information available through the news, so that family members can reach out. Family members of the first responders can reach out and seek the support that they need also. The first responders, they're humans. They're humans just like every single one of the victims out there that are suffering. It's just that they're good at putting on a shield and doing their job to the best of their ability. You think about it, physical fitness is a part of a first responder's job every day. So they get out, they lift weights, they run for miles, they do CrossFit, they do paddling, they surf, they stay physically active so they can perform when it's time, right? When somebody is down with cardiac arrest, the number one thing that you can do as a first responder is give chest compressions with ultimate performance in mind. This patient deserves the best CPR that I can possibly give him, and I'm not out there working out every day just to be in front of a mirror, or working out every day because, you know, I wanna be fit like my friends. I'm working out every day, training, because I want to be able to perform. And so sometimes that performance mentality takes over while the incident is going on, and it doesn't give you a chance to recover. So family members, members of the leaders in the community, make sure that these first responders have the support that they need on this mass casualty incident in Maui. It's going to go a long way, and it's going to be needed. It's important. Sorry if it sounded like I was getting a little passionate there, but I'll end by just kind of showing you a view of Hilo. It's nice weather today. Probably no wind, 0 to 5 miles an hour wind. Beautiful day in Hilo. Hilo Bay. Stretching out to the Hamakua coast. So thank you everyone for joining in. And as always, stay safe, God bless, ahui ho, malama pono, aloha.